Oh, hello there. Hi. So happy Halloween, everybody. And we'll talk about this in a second. Content. We have a content warning. That's good. This is a horror game and not intended for all audiences. Please visit our website www.blacktabbygames.com if you need to listen to specific content warnings. Slay the Princess contains flickering image effects as well as a parallax effect that on rare occasions can cause motion sickness in players. If either of these effects cause health issues for you, you can disable them in the game's preferences. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Welcome to the LP for Slay the Princess, the Pristine cut. So when I first saw this game, or heard of this game a while back when it first came out, it was getting a lot of buzz. I mean, a lot. And I didn't know what the hubbub was all about, but I saw that Zappa was playing it, so I thought I'd check out a bit of it. And I watched the first... How many parts do you have? I watched either 3 or 4 of them, and I was intrigued greatly. I certainly don't mind visual novels, but I don't usually go out of my way to get them. This one strikes me as very, very, very interesting. So I was actually going to do this game a while back, but then I saw that there was a big update that was about to come out. I can't remember. Was it the end of everything? I can't remember. And then shortly after that, I heard about the Pristine cut, a free update. So I figured, okay, I'm just going to wait for that. And you know what? Uh-oh. And I figured, okay, I'll just wait till October 24th. So I am doing this on the 25th. And I'm going to post the first part on Halloween. I have no idea how long this will take. I don't know if I have to do every path to beat, air quotes, the game. But I'm going to... until I get what seems like an ending, like an actual, this is really the end of the game, we'll just keep going, I guess. So, I don't know how many parts it'll be. I stopped watching it. Zappa's just, so it's not spoiling myself some more, and, yeah. So let's see. Preferences. I don't know what that is. Flickering images, it's all fine. Parallax effect, boil effect. This all seems fine. Okay. Controls. I could quick save and quick load, but I'm not sure why I'd do that. I need to live with my choices, I guess. And besides, the way the game works, I'll have plenty of opportunities. Anyway, I did start a thing to do a sound test, but it was just the first few screens. So, let's go. And the best part, I ain't gotta say shit. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Should I just turn on auto? Let's turn on auto.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I've heard that the voice acting is fantastic. And it seemed good from what I heard. So we have all kinds of options here. What are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked out, killing a princess and he's going to and can someone else do this? Forget it, I'm not doing this. Have you considered... Take us to some reward. Okay, thanks for telling me what to do. I always wanted to offer Monarch. People of Revolution. Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses can contribute something of value.
Yeah, but is she a government official? I mean, I don't know. I know that typically in history, royals aren't good for much, but I mean, there's some that I'm sure do a good job. In the world, what are you talking about, anyway?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
But how can a person's locked away in a basement in the world?
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Bro, I need information. You have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
But what even was my journey? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Okay.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
I feel like I need some important details here.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Why me? Why can't someone else do this?
Oh, if only that were the case, but I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off. Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Man, I'm not doing this. This is stupid.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with ending the world? Or the world ending?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
That is totally not true.
I mean,
Not
maybe
well.
some people do,
Okay.
like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Do I get some sort of reward for doing this? Why am I doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Well, that sounds sketchy. Okay, so... turn around and leave. So I can the cabin. I'll go to the cabin. I'll talk to her and see if she's as bad as you say this. And then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had a chance to meet her in face to face. Yeah, seriously. Like I would either do this or the way I'm doing this first run is how I would approach things personally. Because like, listen. All right, let me tell you something about old Steve. You may get an idea of what kind of person he is based on things he said before. Now I'm talking in the third person. Jesus Christ. Where I may be leaning on certain things. Something that may be surprising to some, not to others. I'm okay with the death penalty, but you better make goddamn sure you've got the right person. You're asking me to come in and kill this person when I don't have a single idea what they did wrong. What is so terrible about them? Like, did they kill a bunch of people? Like, what is this? What is this thing she's gonna do? Where if she just leaves this cabin, that she's just gonna end the world? How? Like, I need details. Like, you can't just send me off to mindlessly do something. If there's a 1/1000th of a chance, 1/1000% of a chance that somebody didn't do a crime, you can't punish them like that. You can't give them that ultimate penalty. You have to be absolutely 100% sure. And I know nothing at this point. So, I mean, I have a little bit of foresight into what the princess is, based on what little I've seen, but still, if this is me...
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Alright, I can do that.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slave them.
The voice of the hero.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
So, I do know that based on paths you take... Actually, no, I'm not going to say anything yet. Proceed into the cabin. But keep that voice of the hero in mind.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to...
Whoops, shit. Oh, I can just press right click, huh? Interesting. No, I'm just gonna...
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I do like the parallax.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Like, listen, when you go to interrogate a prisoner, you don't go in there with guns drawn. You try and build up a rapport, right? That's the best way you're going to get, like, results. Because otherwise, they might just say anything to get that gun out of their face. That's not necessarily going to give you useful information. It's the same way with torture, to an extent. If I can understand in some cases where it might be necessary, but in almost all other cases, no. Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
No, when I first came down, I was expecting like Cthulhian horror.
You walk down the stairs
Seems
and
fine,
lock
though.
eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Now, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
I can't just let you go. I gotta, let's talk for a bit. What's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Yeah, it's a little too formal. Not gonna lie.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Right? So is Princess your name?
Like I said, You can call me Princess, if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Actually, that's kind of important.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
No, that's super important.
But actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
No, seriously, if you haven't been eating or drinking for, like, ever, that seems like a red flag, right? I was saying here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to... No, let's not go that far yet. I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason.
What's that reason?
I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need.
No, I don't.
You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
I was saying here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world? Really? I'm still not sure what to believe.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
That's... How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
No. That's crucial information, I would think. I was hoping you'd tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
Well, that's not very creative of you.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
Right.
I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here. And those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Do I know she's a subjugating monarch that deserves this? Because, like... Man, we don't know anything. By the way, I don't know if you heard me giggle a little bit earlier, but I was reminded... I suggest you guys watch Zappa playthrough. I don't think he went through like the entire game or anything, but he did a good bit. And he just immediately went with what he was told to do. Like, yep, okay, the game is called Slay the Princess. We're gonna slay the princess. Not out of any like mindless obedience or anything. It's just like, well, let's go see what happens. Because you can probably guess there's something going on here. And I don't expect this to end well no matter what I do. At least not at first. But we'll see. These for alone. Yes. Yeah, I don't have any reason. Like, if I'm trying to look at this without having some pre-existing knowledge of the game, I would not want to keep somebody locked up. What did they do? Why is there only one chain? If they're really that powerful, is one chain going to hold them? Now, do take note that the other chain was broken. Or at least it wasn't attached. And why would they lock her down here? Why wouldn't they just kill her? Somebody left the knife. They could have done it. Whoops. I don't plan on saving it, except at the beginning of a new run or whatever. I'm not fully trusting, but enough to say this isn't... You don't have to be found innocent of a crime. You just have to be found not guilty. There is a difference. If you've ever watched something like 12 Angry Men. And you have to... If you want to accuse someone of being guilty... You have to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that they are indeed guilty. I have doubts. I have lots of them. I don't fully trust her. And I'm sure this will go bad. I'm going to get you out of here. Don't make me regret this.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you, and you won't. I promise.
I doubt that.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
But they left a knife. Why would they do that? If there's the key, do you have any ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
I mean...
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
Oi!
You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
You dick! Wait.
Is someone else here?
Who's the dick? Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Hey, let me out of here.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence.
Surely I could break this damn door.
You're here to
It's wood.
slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Fuck you.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm a
There's
little
a slight
embarrassed.
panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before
Oh,
raising
dear.
her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
So, we're living in some sort of fantasy land, right? It stands to reason that there could be other humanoid creatures. Lycanthropes, even, perhaps. I don't see this as a sign that she's going to kill me, personally. I feel that she would have been far more aggressive.
Fine.
Save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
Yeah, it's worrying.
No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling
I'm fine.
after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Yeah, oh, okay. Wait, what am I? What's my time at? It's almost at the 30-minute mark. Screw it. It's Halloween.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
Bullshit.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Warn her.
Stop that.
Good. There was an option.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
Eat my ass.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
As you can see from the hand...
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges
Ow.
it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Or like a furry or a bird person of some sort.
I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you literally doom everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
Thanks, narrator, you dick.
I'm so sorry.
Everything was going relatively hunky-dory.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
I did the right thing, damn it.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
So, as you can probably guess by now, this involves, like, time loop stuff. But what makes it really interesting in this case? Well, you'll find out next time. Let's see, again. Quick save? Yeah. Now, does that make... shit. Yeah, there we go. Do that. Alright then, folks. That's it for this one. Thank you all for watching. And I'll be looking forward to more of this. Later.